Assalamu alaikum everyone. This is Rubel. So today we will learn how to create a new customer using post request. So far we learned how to retrieve the customer using the get request using Python. And let's continue. And let me open my Postman first. So we already learned how to retrieve the existing customer using Python. And today we will learn how to create a customer. So as we learn our manual testing, right? How I know these information, these bodies required to create a customer. So we learn from the API documentation, WooCommerce API documentation. So we already familiar with this one, right? So if we go to the WooCommerce API documentation, if we click on the create a customer, and we are going to develop our code in the Python, and this is the required documents. So in the body section, you have to pass this information. So in the body section, not all the fields are required. So what I learned, the email, first name, last name, username, and if I want to log in our application, we need a password. So these 5 things is mandatory. So in the body section. So if we go to the Postman, and let me see Postman. So this is the Postman. So I listed out like the username, password, first name, last name, email. So these 5 pieces of information is required in the body JSON format in order for to create a customer. So now let me go to get all customer to see if there is any customer right now. So it's 0. And create a customer. So let's create manually first. So it has been created by using this body, and the customer ID number is ID1, right? So we are going to create new customer using Python. So let me delete this one, because if I do not delete right now, if I create a existing customer, it will throw an error, right? So for example, if I click another send, it said the account already registered. Okay, so now let me delete. So get all customer 81, delete customer 81. So now get all customer again is 0. Okay. Delete, create a customer. So what information we need to create a customer? We need a JSON body. And like in the JSON body, we see it start with the curly braces, end with the curly braces, and we have a key value pair, the username, password, last name, email. So yeah, we need to create a variable and pass this information. Along with, we need a post method before we know how to use the get. So this, you need a post, we need a the URL and the authorization, the consumer key and consumer secret. Okay, so let's pull the pie chart. So let me put side by side. So in PyCharm, we have a get customer ID, right? I mean, the retrieve the customer information basically. So that we have learned so far. So let me bring my terminal here. I will repeat one more time, like how we can run this retrieve customer, then I will comment that. So CD, so I am in the project location. So now I have to activate my virtual environment. So CD API environment, then source bin activate. So virtual environment has been activated. Now I have to go back to the root directory, cd dot dot cd space dot dot. So now if I say pytest -s, I mean -b, barbos, and show me the details. So let me see what is a customer does not exist, right? Is empty, bring the empty list. So this one. So this program is run successful. So now what I'm going to do, I will select everything, make it comments out, make comments symbol or sign, whatever is it, to we are going to write for the post request, right? So we will run at the at the like in the future we'll run all the tests together, but right now since we are in the beginning level, we will create one by one. Okay, so the first, create another method, def, then test, and what should I say? Is it test case 2, create customers, and at the end I have to put the plug. Okay, so as I say, what information we need a post method. So I can just copy this whole thing because we need this. So request dot get, right? So instead of get, I can put post. And we do need a URL. So let me see if this is the same URL we are using. So yeah, URL is same. And I didn't change customer key and customer secret, so it should be fine. So we are good to go. I don't have to change anything here. So only thing I have to add for create customer is the body. So as I said, this is the body that required to create a customer. So I'm going to copy this thing, and so I can create a variable and paste this thing. So I say JSON data. Is equal and dump here. So it has been copied. So now if I comma and data, right? So I say data because this is the body, right? So this is nothing but data. So I have to say data is equal to JSON data. So I'm basically passing the variable name. So what we did so far, we did exactly the similar way that we use for retrieve the customer. Only thing we add is the body, authorization key, and the URL are same. So we change, instead of get, we put the post, and at the end we provide the data. So now let's print our response. So our is a print r.json response. So right now, if I go to get all customer, there's nothing is here. So now let's run. So I am already, terminal is already open. So let me clear. So looks like it has been created, right? Data created. So now if I run the same command again, is create ID, customer ID is 82. Let me see here. customer ID is 82. So you see, it's very simple in Python to create, retrieve data, right? So we just in the initial or learning basic Python, right? So that's why a very simple way I just show you, but we are going to enhance this code. Like for example, right now, if I run the same thing again, like create a customer, it will throw an error, right? So it will say the registration in the email already exists. So that means we have to create some random value here. So this way, if we want to continue create new customer, so it will not have this error. But that you will learn coming lecture. So now here, what we can do enhancement here. You see this JSON data like this should not be in the test folder, right? It should go somewhere. So far we create a configuration file. For now, we can add this JSON data in the configuration file, but also we can create another package like the resource or test data, we can put it there. But right now I'm going to dump this whole thing in the config file. So let me split right. Since our URL authorization key is there, so I can say, oops. Indent issue. So JSON data, right? So the similar way, JSON data, I have to provide CF. The error is gone. So now let's test it out. So before I test it out, let me delete the customer. So it's 82. So let me delete the customer and get all customer. It should be empty now. So now if I create again, run again this comment, you see customer has been created, a ID number is 83. So we just did the enhancements, only 2 line of code are under here, right? So that it should be on the test where our test will be there. So we can do some assertion here, but that will learn. Okay, so I'm going to stop here. So I will see you next tutorial. Thank you.